The future of exercise and anti-aging science is moving beyond simply meeting the minimum recommendations for health. It's evolving into a more ambitious, performance-oriented strategy aimed at extending vitality deep into later life. A growing body of data, including a recent landmark study involving over 100,000 adults, has confirmed that those who regularly engage in far more physical activity than the standard guidelines experience profoundly lower mortality rates. In particular, those who accumulated 300 to 600 minutes per week of moderate intensity exercise, equivalent to 2 to 4 times the minimum recommendation, had a 26% to 31% reduction in all-cause mortality. Vigorous activity, such as running, HIIT, or competitive sports, was similarly associated with extended lifespan and enhanced disease resistance. These findings signal a paradigm shift. The ceiling for exercise-related health benefits is higher than previously believed, and the most successful longevity protocols of the future will likely incorporate significantly more movement, variety, and precision. What's changing is not just the quantity of exercise, but the quality and intent behind it. The aging field is increasingly recognizing that different types of physical activity target different dimensions of aging, and the most resilient older adults tend to engage in a mix. Aerobic endurance training maintains cardiovascular and metabolic function. Strength training preserves muscle mass and insulin sensitivity. Flexibility and mobility exercises support joint health and injury prevention, and balance training reduces fall risk and preserves neurological coordination. These are not isolated benefits. Together, they produce a more integrated and youthful physiological profile, better mitochondrial function, reduced inflammation, improved hormonal balance, and preserved brain volume, especially in regions related to memory and executive function. As a result, exercise will be reimagined not merely as medicine but as a systemic longevity enhancer, an orchestrated routine that activates nearly every known anti-aging pathway, including autophagy, telomerase activity, muscle stem cell renewal, and enhanced glymphatic clearance in the brain. In the coming decade, we may see the emergence of precision training protocols that tailor exercise volume, intensity, and recovery cycles to an individual's genetic profile, biological age, and current resilience markers. These programs will be guided by real-time data from wearable tech, which already tracks heart rate variability, sleep quality, oxygen saturation, and movement patterns, and will soon include biochemical markers like lactate, cortisol, and inflammatory cytokines. With this feedback, users will be able to fine-tune their regimens for maximum long-term adaptation, not just short-term performance. Importantly, this high-volume approach won't be limited to elite athletes. With proper guidance, most people can safely double or even triple their current activity levels over time, especially if the approach is gradual, varied, and supported by social or technological reinforcement. Group-based programs, gamified fitness platforms, and virtual coaching will help people sustain motivation, reduce injury risk, and optimize recovery. Aging populations, in particular, stand to benefit from movement routines that are not just intense but sustainable, emphasizing posture, breathing, joint loading, and cognitive engagement. Even light forms of movement like dancing, tai chi, brisk walking, and water aerobics, when done consistently and frequently, can yield cumulative anti-aging effects. The key lies in duration, adherence, and diversity. Healthcare systems will increasingly support this shift. Rather than waiting until frailty or disease emerges, clinicians will begin prescribing expanded exercise protocols for middle-aged and even younger adults as a preventive, regenerative intervention. Insurance models may evolve to reimburse structured fitness coaching, personalized movement plans, or attendance at longevity-focused gyms and wellness centers. Physical activity may be stratified into therapeutic zones: foundational, baseline walking or stretching; functional, mobility and core work; adaptive, strength and aerobic challenge; and peak resilience, intervals and complex movement patterns, with each layer contributing to a more robust and youth-preserving physiology. That said, the primary challenge will be scaling motivation. Most adults already struggle to meet current activity guidelines, and asking them to do 2 to 4 times more could provoke resistance without the right psychological and environmental support. This is where behavior design, habit formation science, and immersive experience design will play vital roles. Future fitness environments will be multisensory, socially engaging, and emotionally rewarding, designed to foster intrinsic motivation and flow states. Aging will be reframed not as a time of withdrawal from activity, but of mastery, refinement, and strength. Stories of 80 and 90-year-olds running marathons, lifting weights, or climbing mountains will no longer be exceptions. They will become aspirational models of what is possible with the right interventions. In the end, exercise will not just be a recommendation, it will be rebranded as a biological upgrade system, essential for maintaining the machinery of life itself. Its benefits are too broad, too powerful, and too well supported to be ignored. As the evidence mounts and the tools for personalized guidance become more sophisticated, high-volume, multidimensional movement will become a non-negotiable component of any serious anti-aging strategy. It will no longer be about checking the box of 30 minutes a day, but about actively sculpting the trajectory of one's aging curve, with every heartbeat, every muscle contraction, and every step forward adding resilience, clarity, and time.